All right. Okay. Let's do this. The music not loud enough? I do have it turned down a bit. Oh, now it's too loud. There we go. That should be good. All right. Now it's too loud. I can't hear my... Nah, screw it. I'll leave it. It's fine. All right, let's take a look at what we have got. Wait, hold on. I need to pop out our YouTube chat first so that I can have that to look at as well. So we've had a few people popping into the YouTube side of things lately. All right. I still need to work on my alerts. I need to start adding YouTube alerts. Anyway, let's grab these, bring them in here, and then we'll do that later. All right. So the number one thing I wanted to update for these videos yeah, I'm just not good at having music that loud. I'll just turn it up for chat. Okay. I talked about it before, but one of the things I wanted to try experimenting with was updating this stuff. So there are a few things I want to try to do. First and foremost, we're going to make a new one of these. Why did it do that? But I'm noticing that when you're trying to make a new graphic, with the type tool, it has a tendency to not actually work. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. About here should be the halfway point. Oh, wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there we go. Centered. Okay. Now that we've got that figured out, the default title up, and now we need to completely recenter it. But of course. What a twist. Huh? Here we go. I'm used to this snapping more. Weird. For whatever reason, holding the control key seems to be doing that. Well, whatever, so long as it's figured out, we're good. Okay. Okay, and now it should be centered. Yep, it is centered. Okay. Do. Does that look centered? I've always had a hard time with centering things in Premiere because it doesn't always work very well. Alright, there we go. Now let's see. We need a box, so we can just grab color mallet. Or color matte mallet, what the heck? I think I just confused matte with palette. Anyway. Yes, this is a Legend of Zelda playlist. Do we want to go with plain white, or I think white is good to go with to start. Then we can kind of mess around with things from there. Wait. There's something better. Rounded crop. Maybe rounded crop will work better. Yeah, it immediately just rounds it. I like this. I am working on, so in the videos I make on a monthly basis, I tried to come up with some ideas to change and improve things over time, so that it's not just the same generic videos month after month. So we're working on changing something about this section here. So right now it's just the 2 lines of text that fade in, stay for 5 seconds, then fade out. Not bad, but I think we can do a bit more with that, spruce it up a little bit, especially with the film impact that was recently added to Premiere. And one thing I find annoying about Premiere, when you crop something, it will delete one of the crop changes almost every time. I don't know why it does that. This was at 20%. I went away and it went to 0%. Why? I don't know. That's just how Adobe likes to do things sometimes. I can't tell if this doesn't seem very... What the heck is going on with the chat box this time? Headgummit chat box, why you always gotta give me grief? No, we are not editing anyone else's video this time around. We are just doing our own thing. I just feel like the left side has more space than the right side. What's a good way to test this? Okay, it's 385. $449. 1535. 1487. Calculator. $51, probably round it to around 50. I forgot to read the number. 446. 388. Yeah, there's definitely more space on the left than the right. Even accounting for a margin of error, it's nearly a 40 pixel difference. So, it should be just a simple matter of... No, this is a... Okay, yeah, that's not a simple matter at all. This is Premiere Pro. After Effects is very different. $20.5. That's not what I wanted. Where's the... Ah, the calculator. It closed it. I forgot. Okay, yeah, that's closer. That's close enough that the margin of error is fine. Okay. I should probably do the same thing with top to bottom. See, we're at, let's say, about 380. And 220. I've got to stop closing the calculator. Pretty sure this is just going to be 40, not 160. The heck is wrong with my brain? Yeah, 60. I am not having a good day today, clearly. Brain power gone. So 160, really? 160? I might need to increase. And we'll think about that later. Okay, here. Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. 863. And that's 730. Holy crap, 160 versus 133. Okay, well, we need to adjust it either way. Let's try the same thing, just do a... I feel like a 0.5 difference isn't gonna do anything in this case. Right, the calculator, crying out loud. Gone down by 10. Okay, so that should about cover it. Now we need to shrink it down more. There's a 3% difference. So there's about 80 difference there. Okay, 80-80, so it is even, more or less. Margin of error and all that, but... Okay. Now let's go back into Film Impact and we'll add a stroke to it. We need a better background. It's just there we go. I don't want to add the long shadow just because, well, we can try it. I mean, the long shadow is really not bad. I can make presets bins. Good. Because what I'm thinking of doing is maybe we could take these boxes and change the length a bit. What I'm thinking of doing what if we changed the stroke to add just a little bit, kind of make it pop out a little bit? Hmm. There's something missing a bit from it. I think that's more appropriate, as the box will likely be in the bottom left corner as we've had it been. So having the shadow be at that angle is probably better anyway. So now what we would need to do is nest it so that we can make it go for 10 seconds just so we have enough maneuvering room to work with. So by nesting it, we can then mess around with all of this and it will all move at once. Right? Hold on, I gotta go get the dog. Alright, dog was outside barking, so I had to go get her. Alright, so now we need to figure out how we want this to come into the video. I don't want to do just the plain fade anymore. And luckily, we have a lot of these that we can work with. I feel like the pop is just a little too simple. Maybe a travel. Now, obviously, we are going to mess with this a little bit. That just feels a little too slow. That just feels worse. And that's the worst of all. Overshoot's the fastest of them. think just one overshoot is fine. So that's one idea. Let's try some others. I want to see a bunch of different ways we can make this happen. Hey, that didn't do anything. That didn't do anything either. Yeah, I think I just froze it. Yep. Yep. I think I may have crashed it. Well. Can't say I was expecting that. I haven't had an issue with these causing it to crash before. Oh, and we're back. It didn't quite crash, but obviously it also didn't do anything. I just don't think there's enough going on for a lot of these to work. I think for something like what we're working with, sticking to these animation transitions is probably for the best. think stuff for like the smart tools and transformers and distortions and all these things, I think for the most part they kind of require something that takes up the whole screen, usually another video source or, you know, something like that, not just a simple graphic that's just in a tiny corner. So I think the motion stuff, the animations are probably for the best. Okay, so far my favorites are flip motion. I'm okay with the fold, though it would need some experimentation to kind of improve on it. The pop is kind of boring. The pull doesn't really do anything, does it? I think the spin is fine. The spring is fine. Travel, good. Spring, I'm half and half on spring. I like spin. I'm not a huge fan of the pull. Pop is kind of boring. Hold is fine, but needs some work. Flip is good. The block, I think the block could have some potential, except for one problem. It has this fun little... Is it gonna... There we go. It kind of does like a 3D thing, or pretends to do a 3D thing. But then on the way out, it does not do that, which kind of ruins it. Adding that little bit of 3D effect to it is kind of cool. I have used the 3D spin before. I guess I can try some of these and see what happens. Stretch is pretty nice. Hold on, I need to grab another. Wave doesn't really do much. Now let's look at some of the others, see how they turned out. Nah, mirror is no good. Page peel could work, maybe. It is kind of a cool. I like how it. I like the transition away. I think that's pretty cool. It looks like a sticker getting peeled off. Now, of course, this is all without it being edited. We haven't adjusted any of the settings or anything, so this is just default. That's kind of boring. Nah, it's way too distracting. So film roll, no. 3D roll, no. Mirror, no. Page peel, yes, though so far only half yes. I like the peel away. Stretch, we could maybe make stretch work. Wave, no, I don't really like wave. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pop one. I feel like the pull isn't much better. It's basically the same thing as the pop with just a couple more steps. Like it's got a little bit more of an intro or whatnot to the full animation. It moves around a little bit and then it actually goes. Yeah, I just don't think the pull is gonna do much for us. I do like spin. I think spin works pretty well. Spring, no, I'm not really a fan of that one. So travel works. spin works. Fold works. Flip works. Block. Block we could get to work, but I feel like it would take a bit more work to find the right settings. I like the page peel. We're just switching this to outgoing clip so that it doesn't end up ever accidentally doing something different than what we want. I do kind of like these settings because it changes the back of it, so it does kind of look like the back of the sticker. Dolly just changes the size of it. The 20-degree radius seems to be the 20-point radius seems to be the best because it really looks like it's getting peeled away. Under just looks like just kind of bland. Over, it's kind of. I think 20 is a good middle ground. So we know the default, it looks kind of like how I like. Let's try messing with the surprise me. What was that? Wow, that was wild. So let's change something real quick. I'm debating whether or not I want it to be going across the screen. Oh, hello. How's it going? I don't know when you sent this. I keep forgetting to bring the YouTube chat pop-up up. Sorry if I missed your message for a while, but hello. How are you? I'm still getting used to making sure my YouTube chat pop-up is always visible. I might forget time to time if I'm messing with stuff. I really do like this effect. I think it works really well. It's kind of fun. So I think we'll have Page Peel outro for it. How do we want to introduce it? I really like the spin. We could mess with it a bit, but I like the spin. Fold works. I think fold, flip, and spin are currently my top 3. I'm not against the travel one, so we're gonna leave that one. I think the 3 overshoots is a bit much. The 2 just feels a little better. What happens if we mess with the amplitude? It's currently at 16. What if we put it at, say, 40? That just looked weird. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Lower it all down to 5. Just a nice even 20? Yeah, 20 is fine. I don't see much of a difference between 16 and 20. What if we lower the decay? It gets really bouncy at the end with lower decay. Holy crap, it gets really bouncy. Let's just turn it off completely. That's nuts. Even just a little bit of bounce is good. What if we prevent undershoot? It gets rid of that little bounce. I think the animation controls are fine. Make it an even 5. Okay, so the dolly seems to be making it go from small to big, and reversing it makes it go big to small. And what if we put it at just plain 0? And it doesn't have any animation at all. I like it going from small to big. I think it looks decent. What can we do to make the fold look better? I just think there's a bit too much of a limitation on the fold. We're gonna get rid of it. That's a bit too much. There's way too much going on there. It's basically the spin with just a bit too much on top. I do kind of like where this is going. I like the lower amplitude. Yeah, the higher decay I like too. Ooh. Changing the center makes it look funny. 10 rotations makes it almost look like it's not moving. Yeah, 3 seems like the magic number here. So I think what we'll do is we'll make 2 sequences. We'll take the travel motion for 1. And then the flip and peel for another. All right, I think that's pretty good to show off. So what I'll do is I'll take this and maybe like post it on Twitter or something. We're gonna add more to it, but basic idea is post this on Twitter and let people vote, like see which one they like more. And let's take our original and we're going to include that as well. Well, first I think we need to work out our timing. All right, hold on. We're just gonna do something. Here we go. Just having fun picking a font. You probably add some music or something to that on the end. Now then, comes to the next part. Turning this into some presets. Maybe. So we take the drop shadow, long shadow, stroke. Oops. Well, first let's open the notepad. We'll just type down the values. So we've got rounded, crop, left 20.5, right 20, top 27.5, and bottom 25. Everything else is default. And then we have stroke effects. Size 20. Duo, see, duo color is black. Duo amount 30%. And all else equals default. Oh, let's add another little thing. Under size color to be determined. And then we've got long shadow FX. Angle -135. In parentheses, left bottom left corner. Shadow color TBD. Duo color is black. Duo amount 50%. All else equals default. And then finally we have drop shadow. Shadow color is black. Correction 135. Distance 5. Oh, opacity needs to be a 100. And softness 5. Okay. Now we can select them. Save preset. Text matte BV. And copy our notes. Anchor to endpoint, just so I should always try to remember to do that. Whoops. New presets bin. There we go. While I'm doing these preset bins, I'm gonna just do this. What is the twirl? I don't want to mess with that. It's just... Oh, that's cool. It's just a default preset they have in there. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but yeah, it's good to know. Alright. Oh, is it doing the chat box thing where it just randomly pops the chat box every now and then? I guess Streamlabs didn't fix that. Oh well, I have to look into it. It fixed last week, and now it's broken again. Or was it last week or the week before last? I think it was last week that it was fixed, and then this week it's broken again. It's just, it does what it wants. Clearly. Alright, let's try... make a new sequence. We'll paste these in here. Well, except for this, we'll delete this. Bring in a new color matte. And go into presets. Nice! Oh, that's so good. Holy crap. Oh. Ugh. Maybe we should make this into... up text. Bottom text. Let's see what happens, right? So, add a new graphic. Hello. Will this do anything? What? fascinating. Okay, so then if I do another graphic and bring in the top text, holy crap. Oh, that's amazing. So then I can just start popping out these things. And I don't have to worry about excessive recreation and editing and whatnot. It's just all done in a preset. Makes the process a lot faster and a lot easier. Because then all I need to do is just go into here, go into properties, and I can just change it to whichever VTuber I need. Very nice. Only now we need to actually go and change these things around to fit other VTubers. Should I make this the darker green? No, wait, this isn't a green, this is like a dark gray. Now the question comes down to, do we want to do it like this, where we change it based on the VTuber, or do we want to keep the color matte white? We could just change it to like a I like that better. Just it's a little less harsh on the eyes than full white. There's a little bit of blue in there. I kind of like that better. So now we have the text mats for the three regular VTubers. Now let's try putting this into practice. How would we do this in practice? I think most likely what I would do is probably just grab the nested sequence, right? Like that. I want a way to be able to grab it without grabbing the audio. Of course, I don't know how to do that, or if I can do that. Maybe I'll look that up. Anyway. Is there a way for me to be able to save both of these? I guess I have to do it individually. I'll worry about making it a preset once it's decided what version people like better. Let's see, 50, 330, 900. Let's see if we can do this, if that will do what we want. Nice. Okay. We are figuring this out. This is gonna make a lot of processes a bit faster and easier. Now here's a question. Would I be able to go in here? Save that as a preset and then... Oh. Oh, that's amazing. Holy crap. That would save so much time. Now here's a question. Would I be able to create another preset bin and put the other preset bins inside of it? Yes! Holy crap, this is gonna save so much time. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, there's one more preset we need to make. And that is this one. Textile VB bottom. Next style. Come away. Bottom. And this one is text style BV top. Oh, look at that. That is so much time saved. Holy crap. Oh, man. Oh. So much time saved. Okay. Intro. Flip. Oh. Music ended. Is it not going to go to the next video? There we go. Save preset. Outro. Age. Heal. And real quick, I should probably include the settings. Let's see. Film, impact, age, heal. Controls, default. That's important because under controls is the surprise me button. You click that, there's a seed. Without clicking that, there's no seed, so you just say default. Just so you know that I'm not hitting. To remember, if I look back on it, it's don't hit surprise me, don't select a random animation seed. Just go with the default. Radius 20, angle 210, animate angle 90, dolly 0. Should I change the dolly to... Okay, you can't make the dolly any smaller. Wait, no, that's exactly what it does. But if I do that, then it doesn't go off screen properly. Yeah, so dolly 0. Make sure we include that. Fade 10. Backside controls. Backside outgoing clip. Color black. Colorize 5%. Desaturation 5%, 20%. Softness 0. Opacity 100. Motion blur 20. Film impact flip. Controls default type for shoot. Was that a thing with the mode? We forgot the mode. Mode heal off. There we go. frequency, free, amplitude, 20%, A, 60%. Animation controls, angle 0, rotations 3, center 0%, perspective 40, dolly 100, motion blur 25. Okay. Film, impact, travel, motion. Controls, default. Type, overshoot, frequency 1, amplitude 30%. Real quick, I need to double check. Travel, motion, here we go. Yes, it is different from the default. Okay. Amplitude, so 30% amplitude, and then next is decay of 40%, fade 75%, angle, I hit all the wrong keys, 25% or degrees, so just 25. Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't realize that was behind the chat box now. Oops. We've been having trouble with chat box, so I've been moving it around. Anywho, I don't even know where. Anyway. Hello, how's it going? Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. I hope I believe it was Digimon, I hope the gaming went well. I'm shocked I went over 2 hours. I'm still going. I'm actually getting close to wrapping up here. We're just experimenting with some new editing stuff for the top clips videos. So we've been creating a bunch of presets. I've got this little video that I'm going to be posting on my Twitter with a poll to see which version of these people like, because we've been experimenting with so in the top 10 clips, the beginning of each video has this little section in the bottom left hand corner where it does a fade in, shows the name of the clip, and the name of the person who clipped it, and then it fades out. I've had that for a while. I thought, hey, maybe I should change that. So that's what we've been doing. I should probably do a shout out. Oh, I don't get rated often, so I'm still bad at this. But for anyone who might be around who doesn't know who Muna Celeste is, she is a cow VTuber who I do editing for. Eh. And if any regulars to the channel would probably say I've edited a few things with Muna from time to time. In good progress in the story. That's nice. I don't know anything about Digimon. It's kind of like Pokemon. I know it exists, but I've never touched it. The only difference is I actually have Pokemon cards, and I don't have anything Digimon related. But that's only because they're hand-me-down cards. Where is the... Oh, here it is. So there are two versions of what it looks like now. We have travel motion. And the flip and peel, which I forgot I did this experimentally. I need to get rid of this. Hold on. Wait. And the flip and peel. I really liked the peeling sticker effect. My concern is that some people might find this distracting as it goes across the whole screen. So I'm just gonna see how people feel about it. And then what I've been doing since then is creating presets. So I've made this whole new folder. I've got all of these presets so that I'm able to basically go in here and I'm able to just do, these are already set to VV, so I'm just going to change it real quick. So I can go like that. So so if I want to change it to VV colors, I go VV textile, VV bottom. Poof, done. Textile, VV top. Poof, done. And then I have the text placement is for the basic stuff. I don't have to take care of that right now. But the mat is currently set to Tomoe, so I just go to text mat VV and poof, done. It's going to save me so much time. So, yeah. The problem I have is that with the top 10 clips videos, I do not get to choose what is going on. Because it's literally just the top 10 clips from the month. So, like this, for instance, this is this month's VV video. I usually just have it all the same one. I don't usually mess around and have multiple types of things. It's just... So I don't really get to choose. It's actually very simple. Twitch does all the work. So it is all predicated on two things. Number one, people need to clip their favorite VTubers. Number two, people need to watch those clips. And number three, the randomized picker wheel. I have a randomized picker wheel that I use. I have a bunch of VTubers' names on there. I've got like I don't even know how many VTubers are on the list right now. Got the list right here. There's a bunch of VTubers on this list. And so I spin the wheel. There are currently 3 VTubers who are on the permanent list. VV being one of them. I do them usually every month unless they don't have enough clips. But the picker wheel picks a VTuber. I go to their channel to see if they need to have at least 10 clips so Twitch videos, clips, top 30. So then it will do the top 30 of the top clips of the past 30 days. I do that on the first day, the last day of the month. Well, either the last day of the month or the first day of the new month. One or the other. It doesn't always matter. The difference is usually just a handful of views on the clips, and that's about it. But then I take the top 10 clips from that list, and I bring them into this, and I do a little bit audio editing. I try not to do too much, just kind of clean things up a bit if I need to, tighten the clip down a bit if I need to, stuff like that. Also censor out any swearing. And then poof, there you go, top 10 clips video. So if you have a particular clip that you really like from a VTuber, you just need to clip it and then get people to watch it. Twitch hasn't started including likes on clips. I don't know if I'll look into that as a potential thing, just because it's not really used. Like, every now and then you'll see a clip that has like 1 like on it. It's not really a thing that people know about, so nobody really does anything with it. So there's not really enough to go off of to build another type of video off of. But if it ever did pick up, I could do more videos or like the top liked clips over a certain period, stuff like that. But yeah, it's one of those systems that Twitch added and didn't really tell anybody about. I never heard about it until I saw it making this video. Or these videos, I should say. Making all of these. So yeah, that's more or less what we've been doing, is just experimenting with stuff. We changed how we do the... Here, let me just show you. It'll be easier to show. So the original for VV is here. This was the original text that we had for VV. And then I changed it to this. Basically just taking the colors from the palette, the general color palette of the VTuber, and putting it into the text. We did that last month. So this month I'm working on changing how the text is introduced. I think there was one more something or other that I was working on. Travel, right? I was making the preset for travel motion. Here it is. So I'm going, I think did I get everything? We're at angle 25. feel like there's something I'm forgetting here. That's it. Okay. It put in parentheses, check the reverse angle box on outro. There we go. What else? Motion blur. Motion blur 45. Okay, copy. Save preset. I'm just name it travel motion. Anchor to endpoint. I always try to do anchor to endpoint just because on a lot of presets, setting it to anchor to endpoint will save you a lot of headaches. So for example, subtitle graphic animation is not set to anchor to endpoint. That was a mistake on my part. Subtitle animation mobile is set to anchor to endpoint. So a great way to show what I'm talking about. This, you can see the animation starts over here on the left and then settles down in the center. That's not what's supposed to happen. It is supposed to stay in the center, start big, and then shrink down. But this one is set to anchor to endpoint. Where is it? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why it disappeared. That's never happened before. Oh, the offset is probably messing with it. Maybe. No, the offset seems fine. It is for mobile, so maybe it's just the settings aren't, since the settings aren't for a full screen mode, it's just off somewhere in La La Land. Yep, there we go. It's not set for, it's set for mobile screens, so it's a little janky. It could easily be because of some of the settings in here as well. Anyway. Not a good time to try to show an example of that. I could do it if I made a new sequence that was set for mobile, possibly. Did it get saved in a random? It got saved in, yep. Alright. I hate it when it does that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I would imagine it's something with the text itself is just not... Oh, it's got it set twice. Maybe. What in the world is going on? Yeah. I try to show it off and it doesn't work. What are the odds, right? It works without any issue when I'm editing shorts, but for whatever reason when I try to do it on stream, it's just broken. I don't know what the issue is, but it could be because the process I usually go through doing that is through making captions, so maybe the settings automatic settings for captions are just a bit different than the automatic settings for the type tool. Anyway, I think that's about it. I guess for now we try to see if it worked. The presets worked.
I am miss.
Now, obviously, I'm gonna need to shorten this a good bit. Yeah, it currently lasts for 10 seconds, which I did on purpose to give me plenty of breathing room. We're gonna need to change that. Let's go with 5, because I think 5 is my usual, right? Yeah, 5 is my usual. Yeah. We'll change that to 5. I need to look up how to just grab the video and not the audio, because I do not want the audio every time I do this. I don't want to have the audio every time I do it. Need to figure out how to do that. I'll have to look it up. Okay, so now we have a fresh one that we haven't, that we still need to do. We need to placements, text map placement. Oof, there you go. Now it's perfectly sized and in the bottom corner. Outro, intro. And I should be able to just go like this if I want to change it. Boom, done. Right, I forgot. I need to do the reverse angle, check the box. And there you go. So, and I'm trying to do better at creating more presets and stuff like that. I do want to look into, there is a way to create some effects as presets by combining After Effects with Premiere. I need to do a bit more research into that. I also need to see if my computer can handle it, because modern After Effects requires a typically a bit more VRAM than I have, because life, just technology keeps improving and I keep falling behind. My current graphics card only carries 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and a lot of effects in After Effects require more than that. Otherwise, my computer will crash. So, I don't use After Effects much these days because of that. I can still do green screening, I can do rotoscoping a bit, and I should be able to do some text motion effects, but some of the other stuff is a bit too, such as motion tracking. I have found that motion tracking is something my computer now struggles with, as it doesn't have enough VRAM to handle the processing required. But that's just how it goes. Alright, let's... Holy crap! Vivi is streaming. I'm going to be able to raid Vivi for the first time in, forever. Being an American being able to raid into an Aussie's stream is kind of insane. Alright, I think we've pretty much wrapped up what I had for the stream, and it's 2.5 hours, so hey, we're 30 minutes over my usual. Alright, I'm going to raid Vivi. She's doing a power washing stream collab with Pearl and Shumi. Two members of the Just Friends group. There might be more. I think it's just those 3 from what I can tell. Because I'm pretty sure I'm following all of the members of Just Friends. Alright. As always, thank you everybody for coming by. I appreciate it. Big thank you to Muna for the raid. I really appreciate that. Next week should be the first editing stream for the new batch of Top Clips videos. I need to double check what the days of the month are. I might be wrong on that. No, not next week, the week after. So we'll see what next week is. It could be gaming. We'll see. But until then, have fun over with Vivi and the power washing. Have a good one, and I hope to see you all again another time. Bye-bye.